Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's a quick overview of the G.I. Joe trades that are out there. I know with the Civil War, things are, it's like a totally different world compared to the old Marvel G.I. Joe, and I thought I'd take some time just to show you what's going on and give you an idea of what's out there and what maybe not, what to avoid, because there's so many of these titles. There's three that are pretty much core to what's going on, and there's supplementary ones. And actually, one of the three is probably kind of supplementary also. Um, Now, the first up is G.I. Joe Origins. This is by Larry Hama. And Larry Hama was basically involved in a lot of the older G.I. Joe from Marvel. This is basically the origin of the characters and how they meet and things like that. You do get some graphic violence, as you can see there. You still get your killing, you still get some action, things like that, and it's definitely not your Marvel Comics version. This just adds flavor to it. If in the event that maybe you weren't familiar with who the characters are, it's not vital, but at least it ties into the like who the characters are, the story, things like that. And also, as you can see, this does have a parental advisory logo on it. Next up is just the standard G.I. Joe trades. This is by Chuck Dixon. If you remember him, he did a lot of books for X-Men. He did Wildcats, things like that for Marvel, DC. This is like your core. This basically starts off the story where you have G.I. Joe, and they're just discovering that there's a Cobra out there. Again, there's going to be some violence, there's some decent action to it. It still has that comic booky feel to it, which is fine, because there's other versions that give you that more adult look to it. But overall, I didn't mind reading. This storyline was actually entertaining. So if you want more of a core story of everything, that's this. Now, I've already done an overview of Cobra. This is the best one. This is very adult. There's lots of action. This is the one where the G.I. Joe sends Chuckles in as a covert agent. There's things blowing up. There's sex. There's violence. There's lots of killing. And Chuckles is basically, eventually he becomes a saboteur and he starts blowing things up. Now, this is the one that's the four trades, and it leads directly into Civil War. So, if anything, this is the one you have to read, and it also gives you the introduction of Serpentor. So this one's like said the best. Then there's also Disavowed. Disavowed is just basically Lost Tales. You're going to get a slice of everything, as you can see here. You get all the different characters, and it's basically like this trade here is Destro basically trying to throw a coup down on Cobra Commander. We've seen these stories. This one's just okay. It was entertaining, but I didn't think it was anything incredibly special or anything like that. This is the one that you can probably just skip if I wouldn't run to the store and buy this one first. Those other three are much better. And next up is Max Brooks' Hearts and Mind. I've done a review for these, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time with it, but this was simply an amazing set of stories. This one here was basically, each issue showcased a Joe and a Cobra agent, and they went into, it was kind of like a day in the life of type of thing, and it gave you, in a really entertaining way, like what made each one of these characters tick. And it was really, really strong. This is probably, like I said, this was really one of the best books that I've read for the year, for sure. And I'm glad it was only just this long, because if they kept doing this, eventually, I don't think it would have been interesting any longer. But in like maybe a year from now, 6 months from now, I wouldn't mind seeing another miniseries with some different characters, because there's so many characters that they can still do. And then, in fact, they didn't even hit all the main ones. The Major Blood one was actually really interesting, because you saw Major Blood as, the mercenary, and then he comes home to the wife and kids type thing. So I said this one was good too. I hope this was helpful. I didn't go into too much detail into all these different things, other than that's just the overview, because basically we're talking about a video for each to really go into it. But at least that gives you an idea of what's what. Considering this is just a small portion of what's out there, you still have all the reprints. So, and the reprints are the ones you probably want to watch out for, because those are the old Marvel ones and have nothing to do with what's going on here. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down. Let me know what you think. And I'll put more reviews up later. So until next time.